Guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, I wanted to introduce a brilliant tool for developers. So this tool is an amazing tool which helps to skip entire backend stack, and just with the front end skills, you can build an entire application without worrying about all the backend authentication, authorization, database management, and all that. Entire backend as a service. That's the tool it is, and it is none other than Supabase. So I'm amazed working with this tool. So I wanted to make a quick video on how efficient this tool is, what are the different batteries that it provides. You can just interact with your database directly with just API interfaces. That's how amazing this tool is. So I just can't wait to explain about this tool. Just go through this video. I think I want to give a quick intro video of this tool. That's why I'm making this video. Yeah, let's get started. Hey guys, since I was so excited to introduce this tool to you, I think I started talking too fast in this video. If you feel the same, reduce the speed of your video, and if you feel the opposite, you can increase the speed. Okay, let's go. Hey guys, and as you know, I'm a freelance software developer and I run a AI consultancy and software consultancy for the companies, maybe small businesses or SMEs who are looking for software services. The link is in the description. If you want anything related to software or AI consulting, please don't mind to reach out to me. Let's see how I can help you with your requirements. And now let's get started with the video. Hi guys. Okay, let's get started with Supabase. I wanted to make this quick video about Supabase because it is an amazing tool. It helps you skip an entire backend stack, and it helps you to skip entire DB team. If you're starting an application and if you're good at front end, or if you're good at understanding HTML and JS and CSS, and that's enough. And that's enough if you trust me. Like, Supabase give you an entire backend stack for you as a service. Like, it is so amazing. I sometimes feel like, why didn't I know this tool before I start developing applications for myself? Like, I have a gig running parallelly, and this particular tool helps me a lot. It helps in authentication, authorization, database management, vector database, file storage, edge functions, and everything. Possibilities are endless with the Supabase. So I wanted to make this quick video to give you a quick overview of what Supabase is. Let's get started. Okay, first, let's try to understand what Supabase is. Like, as they promote it, like, build in weekend, scale to millions. That's how they sell it. Because if you know something, or if you're building something on the weekends, and if you're worried about building an entire backend infrastructure, and it's a big mess to build an entire full stack application, so that entire backend stack is now available inside Supabase. So you just have to install the Supabase and just configure as they explained, and that's it. Let's not brag about it. I'll just go through the features that it provides for you. The first feature, like authentication, maybe yeah, if you see this authentication, what I mean by authentication, like, you cannot just allow random people to come up, log into the application, right? That has to be there in your database, and once you verify that they are the genuine user, then after the authentication you will let them to log into your application. So that is authentication. Entire authentication authorization mechanism is provided with a single API interface with the Supabase. And instant APIs. This is amazing because I'm a full stack developer. I develop both front end, back end, and database operations. So when it comes to back end, it is an always nightmare to design a data model and bringing a secured data communication layer and everything. It's like too much of a work, especially if you're just starting. Supabase is like a go-to tool. There was alternatives before, the one which comes at the top of my mind is this one, the Firebase. It was not a free tool, but Supabase made it free. If you can host on your server, it is completely free. But if you want Supabase to host your server, they'll charge some of the premium for you. And apart from that, the real-time subscriptions, like the entire subscription model for application. Most of the applications nowadays are like subscription based applications, right? You will have users subscribing for like 1 month or 2 months or 3 months or 1 year, or recurring subscription will also be there. So all that subscription model, data model is already there. You just have to integrate them or configure them in your application, and you're sorted. You don't have to worry about the backend. You don't have to worry about how the data gets handled, how the user get emails when their subscription is about to end or something like that. So it's all taken care. It's like entire ready to eat food for a front-end developers. Like, you don't have to worry about a backend and databases, guys. And the file storage, you can store any storage, like but the PDF works, even the images works, the videos works. It's all there. All the capabilities that a nice good database should give, it all there in the Supabase as well. Like, and the vector embedding. Vector embedding is very important recently nowadays, because most of the applications are being built on the AI side, right? Most of the applications the vector embedding is part of the RAG application, especially retrieval augmented and generation application. The vector embedding is like a part of it, and Supabase has that because Supabase is completely built on top of a Postgres. And most of the applications who are completely depending on the open source tools, Postgres is like a go-to database for them, and Postgres is a very powerful database, I would say, and it is open source. And these guys, Supabase guys, the building on top of Postgres is like a advantage for them to scale to a multiple users who are already using Postgres to quickly shift the Supabase and take all their advantages that they provide. And then edge functions, of course, you can use edge functions for your applications, and few features that I can list off, but there are multiples in it. There are like hundreds of features that Supabase provides, especially when it comes to backend. If you think of any use cases for the backend, I think most of the use cases present with the Supabase. And let's come to the backend as a service. As I said, like, Supabase is a backend as a service provider, and then here it gives you some of the straightforward advantages that it provides. It has vector database storage, as I listed earlier, authentication, edge functions, vector databases, runtime, and real time, and everything is there. And next, I'll try to explain how Supabase APIs works. So, see, if you're a front end developer, especially if you're a React developer or someone like that, this code is especially for them. Like, it gives you the API, just an API interface to call from your front end, like Supabase or sign up, email, send your email and password. That is, if you have a user login, email and password, you can use this API. How this API gets converted in real time is like this particular API gets converted to a fetch request. I'll just show you how the fetch request looks. And it's just a fetch request that it gets converted. And then these are the alternative sign up, sign in options that API interfaces that Supabase provide, like sign in with OTP, sign in with OAuth, sign in with SSO, verify OTP, all that. Next, let's go to the HTTP request conversion. As I said, like, this is one JS library that the Supabase provides for you, and this JS library gets converted into a fetch request, as seen in here in a different color, right? It's just a fetch request. Imagine doing a database operation just with a fetch request for the front end. It's an amazing opportunity, right? That's what the Supabase does it for you. And let's go to the security part of it. You might ask, if you open or expose an entire database layer for the front end guys, it is easy for an attacker to inject try to hack your application, right? So how that is escaped, of course, because they use the prepared statements. What are the prepared statements? Like, this is a pretty standard way of securing to avoid SQL injection attempts, and this all your values will just replaced with these questions. If you try to inject something like select everything from your payments table, it won't get executed as is. Instead, it just replaces the values that with these questions, and then there will be filter layer that Postgres provides to look into the prepared statement. And after that, API security options as well that you can configure in your application. You don't have to worry about much of the security. It is all taken care by Supabase. And if you see it in here, the role level security, this is an amazing tool by Supabase. Like, everyone, if you're a backend developer, you might be knowing how difficult it is to develop a row level security application. But here, this tool gives the row level security just in the interface of API. Just imagine, you create a user table and you create a policy for that particular user table, and you'll mention that this kind of user can access only this kind of data. And if you have thousands of records in a table, and if you want to give 100 records access to a particular user, you can just queue that with an interface. You don't have to go through an all backend hangama of selecting and configuring all that for the user. It is that amazing tool. The row level security is like a mind-blowing thing for me, because I used to spend a lot of time achieving this in the backend development, but now Supabase made my life easier. So that amazing Supabase is. And coming to this, it has AI capabilities. What is AI capabilities? Nowadays, no product, no digital product can go without AI, and like Supabase is not a difference of that. Supabase, if you don't know even how to configure things as per the Supabase, you can just ask their AI tool how to configure in my React application, in my Flutter application, in my React Native application, in my Python application. It has vast language support. Most of the trending language supports are there with the Supabase. It is just a matter of configuring your backend with the Supabase. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have few skills of front end, and you don't have to worry about backend. Entire backend stack is coming up as a service, and that is what Supabase and its capabilities are. And as I said, build in weekends, don't worry about the backend, and scale it to millions. That is like the capability of Supabase. I can't wait to see what are the different applications that you can build out of Supabase. Or if you're trying to explore more, go ahead, go to their documentation, look into the. It's how amazing it is. Is like it gives everything in the APIs. All the APIs you can call from the front end, and you're sorted. You don't have to worry about the backend database and everything. So that is Supabase for you. That's a quick video I wanted to make about this tool, and I hope you enjoy it. Do let me know in the comment section what you want me to do a next video, so that it will be helpful for you as well. Thank you.